Bioshock 1's aesthetic is so visually pleasing that it is unreal. As soon as I took my first steps into the world of Bioshock, I was utterly blown away. It was truly a breath of fresh air. Bioshock 1's aesthetic is very beautiful, both inside the map and outside the map, although you only really get to see its truly fantastic visuals by looking through the window of a glass tunnel. And yet, being able to see the underwater city of Rapture, it is a massive burst of colour compared to the inside of Rapture, which is a dark and twisted place. I have recently only just started playing the Bioshock games. I bought the Bioshock collection about a year ago, and yet was always held up by other games to play. Up until now, I had completely forgotten I had the game in my collection, but recently I had decided to play a new game. It could have been Mad Max, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, The Witcher 3, or one of the Bioshock games. I ultimately did decide to play the Bioshock games, as it was vastly different to anything that I was playing recently, and so I did decide to give it a go. Bioshock 1 is set in the 60s, and honestly, the visual and audio aesthetic is very beautiful. I will often find myself parading through the tunnels of Rapture looking for something, but then when I hear a radio playing music, I will usually stop what I'm doing and listen to that music. I feel like this really immerses myself in the world of Rapture. It allows me to get used to the setting of Bioshock, even though there are more sci-fi elements in the Bioshock games. Prey is very much in the same vein as Bioshock. I've played Prey a few years ago, and when it released I genuinely enjoyed the gameplay. The two games are very similar, so if you have played Prey, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy Bioshock. The gameplay feels very similar. Prey feels a bit more stealthy, and yet Bioshock feels a bit more action-packed. One truly amazing aspect of Bioshock is its audio logs, which you can find scattered around the map quite frequently. These audio logs breathe new life into the game. Just when you're shooting down an enemy with a shotgun, you'll find an audio log telling you about what happened in Rapture before you arrived and what you're going to face next. Like a crazy surgeon who disfigures people for fun. Bioshock's semi-open world is perfect for the gameplay at hand. If you have to backtrack, the route is visibly clear, whereas in an open world game, it might not be as clear and you may be more distracted to do side quests. I really enjoy the moral dilemma of Bioshock, whether to harvest the little sisters or to rescue them. On one hand, if you harvest them, you can get more powers and thus become more powerful. But on the other hand, if you rescue them, you're not only feeling like you're doing the right thing, but you get rewards for not killing them. Cleansing the little sisters offers you the chance to enhance your skills and abilities. For example, making hacking easier, or when stunned a shockwave of electricity will burst around you to protect you. I really enjoy this gameplay mechanic as it really defines your playthrough, whether you want to be a powerful tank throughout the game, or be slightly less powerful and have multiple perks and abilities. I guess it's just a choice you're going to have to make in your playthrough of Bioshock. There are two main enemies in Bioshock which absolutely terrify me: the Big Daddies and the Splicers. To start with the Splicers, they are very fast enemies with hooks in hand. They are very powerful, and just seeing them in the shadows is truly terrifying. If they see you, they will launch themselves up into the air or climb through a vent and then drop on you, dealing massive amounts of damage. Meanwhile, your weapon, or in this case mine, does little to no damage. I will often have to resort to using my Adam powers just to keep the Splicers stunned long enough, so I can plunder all of my ammo and bullets into those Splicers just so I have a fighting chance against them. The Big Daddies, on the other hand, are slow tanking enemies who certainly pack a fighting punch. Just when you think you've started to shoot down a Big Daddy, they will run at you like a raging bull, knocking you to your feet and leaving you vulnerable for attack. And in that short period of time, having to figure out how to get away or kill the Big Daddy. Because on one hand, if you kill the Big Daddy, you can either choose to rescue or harvest the little sister that he's guarding. But if you leave the Big Daddies, they won't attack you at all, and yet you won't get any rewards. So I guess you just kind of have to choose what kind of playthrough you're going for. The character of Frank Fontaine, or as you may know him, Atlas, is a truly intriguing one, using your own vulnerabilities to manipulate you into making decisions that you may otherwise not do. He not only tries to get you to harvest the little sisters, but also make you kill Andrew Ryan, who turns out not even to be the villain of the story after all. The game wants you to trust Frank Fontaine, to listen to what he says, and to fulfill his wishes as he commands. The way that this is portrayed in the game is truly fantastic, as when you usually hear someone in a game telling you what to do, you blindly trust them. So I guess it's just sort of an instinct thing that 2K wanted to play on in Bioshock 1. Using conventional gaming mechanics against you to mentally manipulate you is brilliant and unconventional, and waits until the end of the game till you realise that you've made all the wrong decisions, and may even make you feel guilty about it all. In conclusion, the Bioshock game's aesthetic and gameplay mechanics complement each other very well. On one hand you've got the very beautiful outdoors, and on the other hand you've got the dark and twisted Halls of Rapture. The Halls of Rapture emphasise how twisted and mentally manipulated you have become by Frank Fontaine, catering to his every whim as 2K twist conventional game mechanics against you. Honestly, after playing the Bioshock games, I feel like they are truly going to be one of my favourite. The way that they push you into a moral dilemma, and making you think, is this right, or is this wrong? I guess I'll only find out at the end. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, then please subscribe, as it would be greatly appreciated, and don't forget to turn on that notification button so you don't miss another upload from me. So thank you, and goodbye.